Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Something that I think you'd be able to relate to
Okay.
because they don't exist much. They're very rare now. The drive-in.
Oh.
Don't you miss the drive-in experience? Because they're not. Most people are not even
Absolutely.
old enough to know what a drive-in is, let alone be at one or have one like what we had when we were young. I don't know how old you are. I don't even want to say, Cap, but now I'm over 50. I can tell you my first. I can't say it's my first drive-in. My most clear vision memory of drive-in was a Disney double feature of some kind. And the part I remember the most is the Shaggy dog is on the big screen, and we have to get out of our car and walk to the concession stand to get food. People are looking at me like, what the heck is he talking about? Though.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
you?
Oh, yeah. My first clear memory of, I remember going to the drive-in before, but I don't remember what it was on. It was just kind of, we'd go there and we'd end up, falling asleep watching the movie.
Yeah, you'd be sitting through two or three movies. Yeah.
Yeah. First movie I remembered was, what was it? Space 1989.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And that's really the first one I remember at the drive-in. Now I did see, oh my gosh, I saw several. But then even when I grew up, I would go with family and friends to the drive-in up until about 15 years ago. That's really when I moved physically.
Mm-hmm.
So, it wasn't as feasible to go to the drive-in anymore.
Right. Yeah. They're not everywhere. They're just not around. I mean, I've lived pretty much in Tampa now since, before college or right around college. And there was like maybe two, and now there was one, and it's like a flea market during the rest of the week. But as of a couple of years ago, we stopped going because it was like not the same experience anymore because we're in Florida, so you have to run the AC, you're gonna die. They don't have the cool metal box that hangs on your window anymore. It plays through the radio. I'm like, it's just not the same. My wife thinks I'm crazy. I'm like, can I just get a metal box to hang on my window? It can still play through the radio, but I want my metal box. I want my metal box, Cap.
Actually, you could probably find that on Amazon or eBay.
Oh, you know what? That's so true. I should just look that up. I'm going to forget if I don't do it right now. Go ahead. Keep talking about Space 89. What was your other? ADD's kicking in, Cap. You got to bear with me.
Oh, yeah. No, I love going to the drive-in. In fact, there was one I remember going to. It was called Twin Drive-In. It was in Kansas City because that's where I grew up. And they had one screen on each side. So you'd have to walk to the back on each side to get to the concession stand. They also had a play area between the screens. So you could go over and be in the play area and watch another movie, and it's kind of fun to there were a couple of times I actually walked from one screen to another, and it's like, I like this movie better.
Yeah, you just moved around. It was you usually were going to go see two movies, and there were two completely different movies over there. And usually there's like the rated R ones, which were over there. So as you got older, you were like, how do I get over there and not get in trouble? Get back in time. I don't know. Maybe my aunt will take me. She likes that kind of stuff. It's like that kind of negotiation. Oh, I found you were so right. Somehow these things don't pop in my head, and when they do, I don't act. Here's one. Let's see if it'll come up here. So after shipping, it'd be like $40. So not terrible.
No.
Not terrible. So that was one. Then there's a 2 set, which I think is really what I'm more interested in. So I may have to shop for 2 sets because this is even better idea. Because then I'd have a pair, and then you're looking at like the bookend thing and stuff again, where I can kind of like work them into the display, work them into the decorations. Yeah, let me get it to come up here. Sorry, I'm bouncing around screens and whatever. So yeah, look at that. I like that. The buttons look good. They clipped the cord, but hey, that's okay. Gosh, that takes you back, doesn't it, Cap? That's exactly, that was it. That one button not looking too great, but folks, if you don't know what if you guys don't even know what we're talking about, you would pull up. There'd be this metal pole. There'd be these things hanging there, and you would have to put it on your windshield, on your window. You would have to roll your window down. Roll your window down. I said roll, ROLL. Roll your window down. There was no power. Roll it down, so it would be about this far. You'd hang it there, and you would adjust that little knob. And you lost your little knob. Yep. That's how you listen to movies. It was the best. It's the best. I figured you'd relate to my drive-in.
Oh my god, I love that. If I had $75, I would probably be bidding on it.
Well, after shipping, it would be more. So I don't know. I'm not even sure this is a good deal. This would actually be close to just over $90. So that's a little bit more than I would want to spend for something else like a decoration, basically. But again, this was a very cursory brain, adding to watch list, just keep an eye on it. That's using my. So then usually what I do is I'll kind of plan. I don't know how you folks shop. I'm going to tell you how I shop. Here's Pop's tricks. So what you do is you kind of have an idea of about what you're going to spend or whatever you can afford. And then you kind of go shopping, and then you start searching, and then you look at the auctions, because usually auctions are your better route to go if there are any, because people don't, usually on something like that, it's so obscure. You probably aren't up against a lot of bidders. So it's worth your chance. Like this one, there's one that's like 47, and it's missing a button. So I take that back. I'm not sure that's such a great option after all. It doesn't have a little button. You can see the screw, but it doesn't have a button. So there are different ones. You kind of have to play the game a little bit. Patience. That's the trick, man. To get a lot of cool stuff, not break your bank. Drive-ins. Any drive-in stories that were PG-13 enough to share there, Cap? We were pretty young when we were in the drive-in, so we're probably safe with our stories.
Oh yeah. Well, there was one time well, the funny thing is, most of the time when I went to the drive-in, like I said, I was with family or friends, and we would end up either taking a grill along and cooking out, or
that's true.
Or there was one time I went and I bought. They had the pizza at the drive-in. For whatever reason, it always tasted better at the drive-in than it did at home.
Actually, that couldn't be more true, because, and actually answer, almost everything you ate out with always was better somewhere else than home, because at home food did not catch up. So mama cooking, it was like Southern cooking was what was best. Like if you had family they could cook fried chicken and pasta, potato salad, and mom made that kind of stuff. That grandma made that kind of stuff, but pies and cake, whatever. But when you went out, burger, pizza, oh yeah, hot dog at the ball game, oh yeah, mama didn't make like that. Ah, Cap, you're going to be to blame when I buy one of these drive-in speakers or a pair. Cap made me do it, because they're on here now. Now I'm looking. Some of them still have cables. So there's different sizes. I'm like, ooh, this one. Oh,
forget hashtag blame Loki. It's hashtag blame.
It's blame Cap. It's blame Cap. This is almost $200. Wait to see how cool this is. It comes with the whole contraption. Look at this thing. It says 50s. Folks, this is what it was like. Look at this thing. It's got the whole shebang. Look at that. The whole contraption about hanging on the window right there, plus a cord. $200. That's exactly
Oh,
what it was like. It's in good shape. Look at that. Button's looking good. Looks like it's
wow.
intact. So what you do is you hit watch. Sometimes they'll offer you less. First of all, I'm not going to spend $200 on that thing, but it reminds me that they're out there and I should look.
Mm-hmm.
That is a sweet little relic right there.
Yeah. Right? And I'm not